everybody, I'm Quinn.
And I'm Scott. It's time for the Almost Friday Show for August 16th, 2012.
And off the press this week, Sam's got the cinematic trailer for Mists of Pandaria. It's basically Kung Fu Panda.
Yes, well, except you can live the Kung Fu Panda.
You can live the Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, exactly.
That gets me pretty excited, actually.
Excited enough to play WoW?
No. But almost.
Almost.
They almost did it.
You thought about it.
Yeah.
Then we're going to Tech Insight, and we're talking about the Windows Phone 8 event, which is conveniently just before the iPhone event.
Yeah, because they want to try and steal some thunder. I really feel like they should have done it afterwards.
And blown them away?
Yeah.
That would have been more. Yeah.
That would have been, but whatever.
Maybe they're not confident.
Microsoft making bad marketing decisions?
Microsoft making marketing decisions at all is a preview, is a step forward.
It's true. And in science this week, Sean's scaring all of us with a Mach 5 missile.
Yes.
It's pretty fast.
And of course, who else to make it but the Americans?
Yes. They need to blow things up quicker than they could before.
That's right. They need to be so ready that they can nuke you before you can nuke them. Before
you can think about nuking them. You're halfway through the thought, you already nuked.
Yeah, or if you've already nuked them and they're all on the way there, you can get them first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So without further ado, it's time for Off the Press.
Hey guys, and welcome to Off the Press. So starting it off with pretty trailer.
Pretty trailer of WoW, Mists of Pandaria. Still no gnomes, much to my disappointment, and disappointment of all 12 other people who play gnomes.
Yeah, no one cares about your gnome problem.
I know, right? But there's pirates.
There are pirates.
And fighting, and Kung Fu Pandas.
And pandas.
Yeah.
They're really cool looking pandas. I don't play WoW.
No.
I've never played WoW. Probably never play WoW.
Don't.
Ever. But
stay away. Stay away while you still can.
well, I'm untainted.
It's true.
But give me the art book.
Yes, the art book. Amazing.
It's so pretty. It's so pretty. What's cool about pandas? Have they told you yet? Or is it just like, look at this trailer, wants to be a panda?
They've told a lot about pandas over the years of Warcraft, because the Pandaren race has been around since Warcraft 2.
Mm-hmm.
So the lore has slowly built up about them. They've kind of been shrouded in secrecy until now, and basically their land has been discovered because the mists of Pandaria have lifted.
Oh, I see.
And they're like, oh, there is this giant island in the middle of the ocean between the two major continents.
This whole time!
Oh
we
my...
never ran aground by accident or anything.
Basically, it's like, oh my god, this entire time between America and England, there's been a giant island? What? It's basically the equivalent of putting something in like the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
The only conclusion I can draw here is that they ate them. People must have found it by accident.
The pandas could have eaten them.
It's true.
They're vicious.
Yes.
Or maybe there's orcs and humans and gnomes living on Pandaria, and they're like, dude, this place is awesome. I'm never gonna leave.
Why would I leave here?
Why would I leave?
I wouldn't leave.
Why would I leave? Everyone here is so soft.
Green. And lush.
Yep. And kung fu.
Skadoosh. It's gonna be the best.
It's gonna be pretty awesome.
And so you've got your own kind of review thing for us today.
I've got a mini review.
It's like really literal, guys. There's nothing digital about it.
No.
Except half of it, I guess.
Except half of it. So right here I've got Penpal by Dathan Auerbach. Yeah, better known as 1000 Vultures. So basically this guy, 1000 Vultures, released his story on the No Sleep subreddit. I believe it was near the end of last year. With the last part coming out around February, because I remember reading this when I was on vacation, and I had to use some of my data to read it. It cost me $12.
But combined with the $9.99 for it,
oh my god! Combined with $9.99 for this book,
steal.
Amazing. It's $5 for the ebook. I got this for the Kickstarter, so I got a poster, a pin, some cards and stuff. So basically, this is a spooky story. Not anything like ooh paranormal spooky, but spooky as in. You watch Torchwood, right?
Yes.
You've seen the countryside?
Yes.
Where there's nothing paranormal about it, but it's still really creepy. Yeah, kind of like that.
It's an atmospheric
It's
sort
an atmospheric type of thing.
creepy. It just kind of gets to you slowly over time.
Yeah, it's really hard to describe what this book is about without spoiling it.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't. You can read it all for free on Reddit. Reddit.r/nosleep.
But the difference between this and the Reddit version is like
There's
some editing and
uh,
stuff like that.
I would like to call Reddit his free editors.
Mm-hmm.
There's also no character limit on a novel.
Yes,
so,
that's nice.
Yay! And the ideas in this seems a little bit better explained than when I read it on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
Just because people on Reddit were kind of poking holes in his stories, and I guess he's like, oh yeah, this happened, and then this happened, and this is how it actually happened, and rewording, and a couple of extra paragraphs that I don't remember from Reddit. Overall, I really like this the second time around because I know what's coming up, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. And it's still really kind of scary. I don't read this book at night because I've been reading it during the day in the living room in the brightest room of my house.
That's good. Good to know. I do all my reading at night.
Yeah, don't read it at night. It will kind of spook you out. It's kind of told in a flashback style, so the time it kind of jumps from when he's in kindergarten to like 5th grade to 1st grade, back to kindergarten, and then to his teenagers, and it goes back and forth. It could be a little bit confusing at times, but other than that, holy crap, I recommend you pick it up because it's $5 if you want the ebook.
Yeah, there's no reason for $5 you can't get new.
That's like 2.5 coffees.
It's ridiculous.
That's like a lunch for a day.
Depending where you go.
Depending where you go,
Pizza or something.
Or you can read it for free on Reddit.
Yeah, but you should buy it.
You should buy it.
Because $5. Seriously.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
For our last thing this week, okay, so Paranorman is coming out tomorrow.
Speaking of things that are all so good.
So Paranorman is coming out tomorrow, and I've been excited about this movie for like
really
2 years. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
made by Leica. For those of you who have no clue, they did Coraline, which
Nice.
is also amazing.
Yes.
Leica is basically the most amazing company. God, so good, so
Words.
good. Yeah, words. Go right here. But the thing I want to talk about in advance, because Paranorman hasn't been officially released in theaters yet, is the campaign around it has been so amazing. The premise of Paranorman is that there's your little character called Norman who's a little bit weird because he can see dead people and ghosts and stuff like that. Yeah, so you're a pretty standard weird kid, right? And then they go on an adventure. So it is like a fun, goofy horror style thing going on, but it's also, because it's a children's movie, have the underlying current of it's okay to be weird, you will be accepted, etc., etc. And so they basically did the Weird Win hashtag, like viral marketing campaign where people did videos of stuff that was weird about them when they were a kid, and then the super cool jobs they have now as a result of pursuing their interests.
I liked bugs as a kid. Now I'm an entomologist, studying crime scenes and being awesome.
All I did was play with Legos as a child. Now I build scenes for stop motion movies. How cool is that? It's pretty
sweet.
It's pretty awesome. They also did this super awesome thing where they took zombies from their movies and buried them in dirt, in coffins, which they then mailed out to people of note. Neil Gaiman got one. Ryan North, who's currently writing Adventure Time, received one. Scott C., who's one of the greatest illustrators of all time, he did your cute East Dragon, West Dragon.
Yes, he's
absolutely.
a very nice guy.
He received one, and so it's just people posting on all their social media.
people.
So like, look at the cool thing I got in the mail, guys.
Oh my god.
And so basically, and then finally, which is just yesterday, they basically teamed up with the Etsy community as a whole to create this, like, we all know you guys want to do fan art stuff for this movie,
Officially sanctioned fan art.
just go for it. We creatively endorse you doing this, and we will put it up so that people
That's
will
how you
go
build
buy
a
your
community,
stuff.
people. That's how it's done.
So it's just how the way they're dealing with it is super exciting, and I will have an equally as excited review for you guys next week.
Yes.
Once I go see it tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to it too.
Haha.
It looks so good.
Haha.
So that leads us nicely to new reviews or new releases. Wow. Paranorman, obviously. Expendables 2, which looks hilarious as the first one. I'll probably go see that because, you know.
You can tell me about it.
Yes.
DVD and Blu-ray coming out, Community Season 3.
Some places were giving out a Troy Nobbit in the Morning mug when you bought this. I didn't get one.
Hunger Games is coming out, but is coming out on Saturday.
Yeah.
Coming up instead of the Tuesday that just happened.
Tuesday.
We're chalking that up to it being marketed as a children's movie, which is
teen movie,
which is why they're releasing it differently.
Twilight did this as well, and I think some other movies marketed towards teens and preteens do this too. So you know, it's so that the teens can go out. Midnight launches. Some places are doing the midnight thing.
Yeah, and
Except they're on summer vacation, so it doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah, Twilight came out in like October, so.
I guess it's a little more topical. Also,
Yeah.
A Monster in Paris came out, which you may not have heard of, but is an adorable animated movie out of France.
Yes.
And I went and saw it in French, but the DVD is available in English, so you could pick that up if you wanted as
Well,
well.
French if you want to watch it in French as well.
I'm sure it'll come in both.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the lip syncs in English though.
Interesting.
Weird.
Oh, that's one you're telling me about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super weird.
Weird.
Games coming out. Nintendo 3DS XL is out, so that's
Yay.
their hardware push.
And blue and red.
The Sleeping Dogs for PS3 and 360, and we'll end it off with Darksiders 2, which is for PS3, 360, and PC.
Yep. I have the first one. I bought it for $5. I haven't played it yet, so by my thinking, by the time I play it and beat it, Darksiders 2 will be $5.
And you'll be all set.
And I'll be all set, and I can pick it up, and then by the time I finish that, the third one probably would have come out.
You've got it all planned.
I've got it all planned
all
out.
planned out to
This is
pay
sad.
less than $20 for the entire franchise.
It's true. I'm not going to pay $60 for that. It's a good game, but I'm a student now. I can't afford these things.
And that's it for Off the Press.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tech Insight. We're starting with Microsoft Surface news because that's what's all the rage in the news today.
Yeah, so I'd like to point out we're still not talking about iPhone rumors or iPad mini rumors because there's thousands of those.
Yeah.
And there just always will be. So instead, since there's never been Surface rumors.
Because as soon as the iPhone 5 is announced, the iPhone 6 rumors start.
Oh, for sure. They
The
did
iPhone
last
5
year.
was great, but then they didn't do this, so this must be coming in the 6.
It was like 2 weeks after the iPhone 4S came out. They were like, oh, the 5's going to be big next year.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, Christ. Okay, so we're talking about Surface rumors because the Surface is new and exciting. This is the first time we get to talk about rumors. So an inside source at Microsoft has talked to Engadget and said that not only will it be shipping in October, but it will be $199.
Which you know...
Now, this is the RT version, not the full-on PC
Yeah,
version.
because if it was a full-on PC version for
That'd just be
$199,
BS.
Microsoft would be going bankrupt really quick.
They just said, yeah, they're paying. You're paying for the case at that point.
So, I mean, there's some speculation of this about whether it's 1, feasible, 2, a smart decision, and 3, like, long-term, is it a smart decision? Because if it comes in at $199, although that might seem to catch some of the market, it could also have negative connotations on the tablet market, which might be a bad thing in the long run.
Yeah, you don't want to pit it, because really, when I saw the RT announced, I go, this will compete with an iPad.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you spec it at $199, people are going to think, oh, it's not as good as an iPad because it's not in the same price space.
Yeah, and also when you want to go revamp it a year from now, if you don't stay at that price point and you go up suddenly, then people are now upset. Whereas at least if you start somewhere reasonable and drop down a bit,
Then people
you've
get
got
excited.
room to go.
Yeah.
But you're not going to make this tablet and then a year from now, you know, the Windows Slate 2 is going to be, well, we'll do 150. Well, no, you're not going to do that. That's never going to happen.
Well, they don't necessarily have to drop in price either.
No. But at the same time, it's going to be hard for them to keep adding new improvements while staying at the same price.
No, that's not true.
All right,
The iPad's always been the same price.
I guess.
And they've had 3 revisions of that. Revisions don't affect generally the price because you're selling that unit to pay off the dev for that unit.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the old unit was, right? It's a completely new dev cycle type thing. In fact, you probably make more money off the same unit the second time around because less dev work went into it.
True.
Because you've already developed the first unit. But that saying, I think it's one thing is weird is that's cheap for the specs.
For sure.
It could put it in a weird position going forward in a lot of ways other than what we talked about. It might make it look cheap compared to the iPad and scare away stupid consumers.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a second guess, like, well, why is it $199? Because there is that idea that if
for sure.
something's more expensive, it must be better, which isn't the case.
Not all the time, no.
But consumers are always drawn to the idea that, you know, camera A is more expensive than camera B. Car A is more expensive than car B. TV A is more expensive. Why? Well, it's because it must be better.
Yeah.
So even if this was the best tablet in the world, if it's less expensive than the iPad, you're going to get people who will, by default, without ever reading or listening to anything, go, well, it can't be as good because if it was, it would be the same
You right
price.
away knock out this chunk of your consumer base that goes, well, it can't be as good as the iPad, and then never even look at it.
Yeah.
So that could be interesting. Now, the other thing is, if this is spec'd at $199, then this tablet's going after the Kindle Fire and the Nexus 7.
Yes.
And the full-spec Windows 8 Surface, which has, an i5 in it, is going after the iPad.
Yeah, which that might be a little bit more
that-
difficult to achieve at a price point.
See, that's the thing, is that makes sense to me spec-wise, competition-wise, because in both cases, you crush your competitors hardware-wise
Yeah.
with similar battery life and that kind of thing. But the higher end, I don't think you could get for $600. Even let alone the $550 that the iPad starts at.
Yeah.
So I don't, especially not with an i5.
No.
An i5 mobile chip alone is going to be like
You're in
maybe $90 alone.
Yeah, you're in Ultrabook territory there, so you want to be punching more around $800.
Yeah, although you could make the argument that, you know, the iPad 64 gig is $800.
Yes.
So if you compared that,
That's based
but-
on space, though.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Surface, unlike the iPad, isn't retarded, and you can buy a $40 memory card, and oh, look at that, I've got 100 gigs.
True.
You know, which the iPad still... Don't ever pay Apple for storage. This is the stupidest concept ever. They're like, oh, it costs $200 more. It does, I promise.
Well, in
Pennies.
fairness, it is faster access memory than putting a SD card or something into the side of it.
Maybe marginally. When are you going to notice that? File transfer, which people don't really do except for over the internet now.
Yeah.
There's an argument to be made there. Anyway, I think it could be interesting, and I want to see what that high spec one's going to be priced at, if this is indeed the case. However, if it is $199, I'm buying one, possibly two. A few more rumors. This is really making me happy after Asus came out and said, "Oh my God, why are you making tablets, Microsoft? You're crushing us." A lot of the other manufacturers are now coming out saying, "Yeah, we don't care." Good for Microsoft, and we're making these tablets, and they're going to be better.
Yeah, because, I mean, like we talked about, this is outside of the Xbox. This is Microsoft's sort of first foray into actual hardware, and that might not sit well with people who have a good standing relationship with Dell or with Asus or with HP anyways. So even though it's the Microsoft tablet, they might be like, well, I know what the track record is for Dell. I know what the track record is for HP. I don't know. Well, I know what the track record is for Microsoft, and that's a 54% failure rate of Xboxes.
Hey,
so,
the first Xbox did really well.
that's before they got it to do complicated things.
That's correct.
So I can kind of understand why most of the manufacturers are like, no, we're going to rely on people liking our brand, and that's what's important. So,
Yeah. So HP's come out and said they're going to make a tablet, and they're going kind of business-minded. And they kind of came out and did a quick jab at Microsoft about their keyboards.
Okay.
And how they're going to be completely useless to anyone who actually wants to work. And I can kind of get that, because until I use one, I'm assuming they're crap.
Yeah, I mean, they're really pretty, but with prettiness comes tactile down.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's definitely something to be said there. But I also don't think they're going to be terrible. So
No, but that HP's not saying they're going to be terrible. HP's saying you're not going to want to sit there and write a 600-page report on it.
Yeah.
And we're going to provide you something that maybe you do.
I don't know if you want to sit and write a 600-page report on a tablet.
I don't know you want to write a 600-page report at all.
It's true. 600 pages is a lot of pages.
But,
It's a
you know,
book.
basically HP's saying we're going after the business. Lenovo's saying we're kind of going in the middle. Dell has confirmed they're making a tablet. Acer is making a tablet. So lots of hardware manufacturers have signed on. Although, because if you want to make an RT tablet, which runs on the ARM processor, if you're not one of those companies, you're not making one, because Microsoft is not licensing you the OS. So look for the big guys only for those tablets, which could be really good.
Yeah, because we get all the flood of crappy Android tablets from guy in Kamloops, BC, from his garage that made a Juma pad and it runs Humblebee Pi, whatever Android we're at now, and it's just terrible because it's like a
Can you
bunch
tell
of
he's a big Android guy?
it's a bunch of popsicle sticks with some copper in between them, and then it plugs into a CRT monitor, and you're like, guy, why?
It's not
You gotta
portable.
build
And he's
Oh,
like, well,
Scotty.
because Android's free, and you're like, well, no.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll weed out the crap. Now, if you're like Sam and you actually like Windows Phone, which more people should, it's really
It's a good. It's you know. It's
if it
fairly
launched when Android launched, Android wouldn't exist.
Hey,
And-
all 12 of us love this phone.
good. And if it had more than 3 3/4 apps, we'd be all right.
Hey, I think they're pushing 22,000, which is like less than 3 3/4 really in
Yeah.
comparison. Anyway, if you were excited when the Windows Phone 8 was announced, be even more excited because there's actually an event they're going to have where Nokia is participating. So we're actually going to see some Windows Phone 8 phones, which everyone's been waiting for, because if the phones all suck or aren't a big improvement on the existing Windows phones, Windows Phone 8 is going to be done
Yeah.
right out of the gate. So hopefully Nokia launched some sweet hardware at continually good prices.
Here's the mistake I think they're making, though, is that they want to do this event 1 week before the iPhone event.
That's correct.
And while I can understand that they want to get in before the gun, 1 week later, all of their news is going to be buried in a pile of Apple shit.
Now,
And I really feel like it would have made a lot more sense to be like, Apple was good, but check this out afterwards.
except the problem, you have a problem going both ways.
I suppose.
Because if you go after, you have to peek out of that pile of Apple shit,
It's true.
right? Which is going to be there, like you just said,
Yeah.
because they talk about Apple announcements for 3 weeks in the tech news cycle.
But I kind of feel like it's Nokia going, we're good with just a week of exposure.
But I think what it probably was is they didn't even think about when Apple's event was. And they
Well, that
wanted a
seems
fall
kinda-
launch.
That seems kind of short-sighted of them.
I don't think they care.
Yeah, maybe.
And to be honest, I wouldn't.
Well, I can understand why a company would go, we don't care because we believe we've made a good product. But there's also marketing angles.
But
and-
you say that, but if they had it 6 weeks later, they still won't get as much media coverage as the Apple event.
Yeah, I suppose.
So I don't think it's actually going to make that big a difference. And at least this way, you're going to get maybe a little bit of some op-ed pieces going, well, can Apple do this if they come up with like a really cool phone at a really good price or something like that? Or, an extra feature that we're not expecting in the iPhone 5. And you'll get a little bit more of that coming up before. And to be honest, no one I know is excited for the iPhone 5.
Well, I'd like to know what it is.
See, that's very different than before, where you're like, I don't care what it is, I'm going to buy it.
That's true.
And even the Apple fan people are like, yeah, my 4S is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I think
I don't want to say they've peaked, but it's pretty close.
it almost seems like Apple's dug themselves into a bit of a hole where
but
the
Scott,
4S is so
but
good.
Scott, the new iPhone will be the best iPhone
and
ever.
it's gonna be called the new iPhone too, probably.
Yeah, which really just makes me want to go and take a shit
Said
on
we weren't going
Cupertino's-
to talk about iPhone rumors.
sorry.
Yeah, so I'm actually more interested in the Windows Phone announcement because there might actually be something I haven't heard of 1,000 times in rumors yet.
Hey Nokia, for the love of God, put your amazing Carl Zeiss PureView system into one of these phones because it's freaking awesome and it sucks because it's running Symbian.
They've already said it's coming to the series.
Yeah,
but
well,
the
do
Lumia
it right
series.
freaking now before people stop caring.
Basically, they gotta kick it out big time here, and I am hopeful that they'll do something useful at the announcement. Hopefully, last but not least, we love cloud syncing
Well, kind of.
ish.
We love
it's
the
love
thoughts.
It's love hate.
We love the thought of cloud syncing.
We use Dropbox. We use SkyDrive. We use unfortunately iCloud. 'Cause that's terrible. But if you've dabbled with Box.net, which a lot of people have, because if you
I
sign
feel
up,
like that's a porn site.
you get. It is.
I mean, I know it's not a porn site.
Is it
but
called Box.net?
It
or is. It
is.
just Box now?
No,
anyway,
it's Box.net, but that's really.
they gave away tons of free storage. You get 50 gigs just for signing up when you had a device.
Is that 50 gigs of porn that you get for free?
Well, that would be a good deal.
Yeah, I suppose.
Not that good.
Join Box.net
It's-
and get 50 gigs of box porn.
It's
Well, wait a
50 empty gigs. So a lot of people, but the problem with Box service is unless you pay them, you can't sync it to a computer. It sits on the web and you can access it from any device, but you can't sync it to. So it's basically useless.
second. Yeah.
But now without any announcement whatsoever, which Lifehacker kind of half figured out because someone was on the site, you can now download a sync app and it syncs.
Hey, Box.net, this is how to not market your service. We're going to implement something that everyone wants, but not tell anybody about it.
Yeah, so if you already have a 50 gig account, or you can sign up right now and get a 25 gig account, which is still lots,
Yeah.
more than everyone else is offering, for new accounts.
Yes.
And you can get a sync app. So,
But my question is this going to have better acceptance? Because, I mean, I know it's been around a while, so there is some acceptance to it.
I think the people who like it, and everybody else doesn't know it's there.
Yeah, so, I mean, is it really a better option than SkyDrive? Or, well, I mean, okay, so Dropbox has limited space, which we don't really like. SkyDrive's a little bit better, especially if you got in early. I kind of feel like I just want SkyDrive to be more accepted.
I just want
and then the rest
SkyDrive
is
to be integrated in iOS apps, then I'm done.
Yeah, this conversation should just move on once SkyDrive is like, hey, we love everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't bother switching to it if you're already using something else, unless you really need more cloud space, which pay the $5 a year.
I'm really tired of people being like, you should back up all your stuff to the cloud. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't have 7 years to do that. Well, my computer failed, and now I got to re-pull it down from I'll get my computer back in a week and a half.
That's your problem. You chose to become a photographer. All your files are large. I'm an engineer.
Yeah, but
so
I get-
all my files are small.
I
use
get
Excel.
photographers that tell me I should use cloud storage, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I don't have 7 years to
Yeah, but if
upload
your
my
house
entire
burns
library.
down,
Well, whatever.
you're hosed for life.
That's why you have an offsite backup.
See what I did there? Hosed? No?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
And with that, we wrap up Tech Insight.
It's kind of alive.
Nah, it's still dead.
Oh.
Hey everyone, welcome to Mad Science. This week we're going to start off with a quick mention about something that
Well,
they think they can do.
good old America.
Americans.
Y'all do a lot of really, really cool stuff, like planting a big ass robot on Mars.
Good job.
except your moon lander that exploded again. You know what? We're going to look past that, though, because you did some really good stuff. However, the military has decided that they would talk about one of their potential projects that they hope they can get off the ground, quite literally. It is a scramjet. So, basically, if you don't know what a scramjet is, it's just a big engine. Really big engine. In this case, it's going to hopefully be strapped to a warhead.
Oh boy.
And that is going to go really fast, Mach 5. So, obviously, you probably saw the intro to the show. Someone tries to nuke you, you nuke them first.
Yeah.
After you get confirmation that they've nuked you and you have 5 minutes
Or
to
you
push
can
the
nuke
button.
their nuke, or...
Yeah, there's all sorts of crap you can do. It's still pointless.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because they tried and it apparently failed. At least their prototype. Which is fine.
That's what they want you to think, John.
That may be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Secretly does work. They release it
I'd
to
say
the
that
media.
about a lot of things, though.
Yeah.
Because I know for the longest time we said that. Anyway, there's a lot of tech that they said didn't work, and we used it again and again and again. So obviously it had function. So anyway, really, really neat little quick mention. They're trying to make a Mach 5 missile. That's insane.
That's scary stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we can nuke any planet or any part of the planet in a couple minutes.
We can nuke any planet
Well, that too now.
really slowly.
Yeah.
We've
Well.
all seen Star Trek 5.
You're on your own. Anyway, so on to the main story for tonight.
Something
Speaking
that we
somewhat of kind of like Star Trek,
Ah.
we've always been trying to restore vision to the blind,
Mm-hmm.
specifically along the lines of Geordi, and they're kind of getting closer.
All right.
Actually, they're getting really, really close now. There's a couple of doctors, you have to bear with me, unfortunately I've forgotten their names, from Cornell University. There we go. The last names are, man, I can't even find their first names now. That sucks.
Mobile sites suck.
They do.
Yes.
But anyway, Cornell University, a couple of researchers figure out how to use a combination of current techniques for restoring vision to the blind, that is using a set of glasses that have a camera that then stimulates the nerves, the ganglions that go into your
With an
brain.
implant and
With an implant and all of that. They've actually found a better way, and it literally is a better way.
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, before you used to just see shades. You get a grayscale, but then you just see the outline or the vague image.
Yeah, you'd see a sort of dark gray cylinder
Yeah.
between two sort of lighter gray squares.
Exactly. You'd have an idea of what you were looking at. You'd know something was in front of
Yeah.
you.
You're like, that's kind of a car. It's a little bit boxy. I think that's a car.
Basically, you would make you would reassociate with things.
Yeah.
They've actually gone a step further. They've instead of using just a regular, basically CMOS chip in the cameras we're using, instead of using just that, they've actually sent in pico projectors into the glasses. So they send the image in high intensity light, of course, onto the retina. And they've used a bit of gene therapy to actually re-stimulate some of the retina's growth. So you're not quite getting this, they say it perfectly, not quite rod, not quite cone, which is the
Yeah.
two cells of your eyes that we have that actually do the light detection. So you see grayscale, and it isn't perfect,
No.
but
It's a little bit fuzzy, but it's still much more clear
absolutely.
than before.
Check out the show notes, of course, because we have the link to the article. There's actually a
Yeah.
comparison picture, and you can see the difference.
Mm-hmm.
There's a top row, and it shows a cat, and like just from a camera, and it shows the cat just coming into frame.
Yeah.
And then it shows the new technology, what it looks like to that person, and then below it is what they would see
Yeah,
on
what
the
it was
current
before.
stuff.
So it was the difference between a really blocky cat and a kind of fuzzy cat
Yeah,
and the clear cat.
yeah, it's actually really, really neat. And so far, it's not in humans.
Nope.
So far, it's only been tested in monkeys, but our eyes are actually very similar. Their night vision is apparently no better than our own.
Fantastic.
Their overall vision is slightly better, but not by much. This is only for people who have had degenerative diseases. This isn't for if you were born blind or if you even lost your sight when you were
Yeah.
really, really young. This is for if you've lost it from diabetes
Or just
recently.
your eyes going because you're old.
Yeah, and if you're losing it because you've got I believe the term was macular degeneration.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like with age and just your eyes just go.
Yeah.
So it's actually really interesting because now it looks really, really good. You can actually almost replace the eye completely.
Yep.
You're still wearing a big set of
Yeah.
glasses though.
You're looking not much better than Jordy there.
Yeah. But it's a step in the right direction. They're hoping to get into, of course, human trials very, very soon.
Yep.
And we're going to be keeping I'm going to be keeping multiple ears to the ground on that one because that's actually something I want to see get off. And I want to see people I want to see people who've lost their sight be able to see again. It's actually really, really, really cool to see. Have people restored.
Mm-hmm.
The look on
back
their
their
face is always
independence
actually really
and all
great.
that.
Yeah, it's always amazing. But wrapping up, it should be actually they say it should be 1 or 2 years, and that basically wraps it up.
Fantastic.
So we can finally see again those scramjets coming at us. Well, that wraps it up for this week. So a lot of tech, a lot of movies.
A lot of tech, interesting tech stuff.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and new science.
Movies.
Lots of movies.
Paranorman, guys. Paranorman.
I would be jumping for joy, but my knee would hurt. But I'm excited.
And you'd hit the microphone if you jumped.
That too.
Yeah.
But if you want to talk about your favorite movies, even coming out of Leica or any other animated movies that you want to talk about, because we do love all movies.
We really do.
And you can always contact us multiple ways. Try us through Twitter at @almost_Friday.
Or if 140 characters is too short, you can reach us by email, contact@almostfridayshow.com. And also, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/thealmostfridayshow, where we will hand deliver via the internet our new shows to you. So that's no effort on your part to get our new shows.
It's because cool people use Facebook. You're cool, right? You cool?